Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all fine. It's a little late to make my first video of the year, but 2026 started with a lot to do. Today, I want to walk you through my Kokuyo Jibun Techo. I was not expecting that this would be my first video of the year because I said last year that I would likely not do more updates on this planner because nobody watches those videos. However, it is a planner that I have been enjoying the most. And since this channel, it's all about what I actually use. I don't try to make my spreads beautiful or just buy notebooks for YouTube's sake, but it's actually what I use day to day. So today I thought, you know what, today I have some free time, so let's update you on this planner. I am loving it. I started using it the second week of January. I mean, I had started before, but I was sort of warming up, like I didn't know how to use it very well. I am not really great with vertical layouts. I have not had good experiences, but this planner has surprised me in the best of ways. I mean, I always say it's so ugly, it looks bad. I have not even had time to do a cover hide the ugliness. I mean, it's not ugly, but it's just so plasticky. Although I must say that I've already taken it to 2 business meetings and I felt so good about taking this planner. It just looks so professional. It's very minimal, very functional. Okay, let me tell you how I've been using it first. I will not show you the pages that I had set up with you just because, I mean, you've seen it, it's not worth it. I do want to share with you that habit trackers. Let's zoom you in. So I've said many times that I'm not good at habit tracking. I do not go back to the planner to check whatever habit I have accomplished to do that day or not. So I am using this page as sort of project manager, and it's like a Gantt chart. So I write the activities that are connected to one another in the order that they have to be done. So for instance, if I have to finish, what is this, S4 to this date, I write it here, and then I just go back to see how much time I have for all the steps that are before this S4. This S4 is vierte Stufe. It's for my German test. So I'm doing the same with my personal project that was for 2026. Here, for instance, here you can see very well that this one is connected. What is this? The packaging? No, the samples is connected to, of course, the suppliers, and it has nothing to do with the website, for instance. This is working really well for me because I can see my goal. I will go on with the German test. So my German test is the 28th of February. So that is the goal, that I have to be ready for that date. So what this does, it makes me break down the smaller steps to reach that goal. And I can put myself dates for all these small goals, if you say these little objectives that are part of the main goal, which is in this case the German test. So this way of using this tracker makes much more sense for me, for how my brain works, for how it doesn't work actually, especially because I feel that last year was so good in building those habits that now I only need to maintain them. So it's not really worth writing them down every month, and I don't have so many. And since at the moment I have 3 projects more or less that I'm working on, and one that is so big, it's my dream, and I cannot believe that it's happening. But it requires for me to wear all these hats, you know, accountant, sales, purchase, social media manager, website, software designer, which I'm not, so it's a lot of little things that I have to keep in mind. So this is a great way to have an overview and do not get overwhelmed and know which steps I have to take. So that's that part. The monthlies are being used as monthlies. So as you see, I started here in December, but then we had our Christmas break, which is pretty long. It's the only holiday we take in the year. And then what I've been doing is I've been putting due dates for all of these smaller steps that I have here. So I just transfer them to the monthlies. Some I have not managed, to be honest, and I have been color coding. Yellow is for the German, green is for something else, and purple, which looks grayish, this is for my project, which is I'm opening a yarn shop. I'm very excited. It's going to start as a online shop. I have the yarns here. I just wanted to put them somewhere. I know that they have nothing to do with my channel, but it's just that I cannot stop touching the yarns. These are some of the samples that I received already, and they just look beautiful, don't they? And anyway, so there are a lot of steps that I have to do and a lot of new things for me, especially related to taxes. I've never done taxes. I mean, when I was in my country, I did not have to. We don't have that system. Your taxes are already deducted from your wages, so you don't have to do anything. And here, because my husband has a company, the accountant who does his taxes for the company does our personal taxes. But this is different. Because I'm starting, I cannot afford an accountant, and I will not just pass him the bill. So, and it's also a small enterprise. So I think I'll be able to do them, but it's a lot for me to learn, especially because everything is in German, and I sort of am able to have a conversation, normal everyday today conversations, but when we get to technical stuff, it's difficult for me. So anyway, these are the monthlies, and here I write myself a to-do list that is color-coded, depending on the project. They do not necessarily have to fall into the monthlies, but if I think of something, I just write it down, and it can be passed to the next month if I don't manage, but it's there. This part so far I have not used, and I don't think I will have to. This is the way it's going. This is February. What I don't like about this planner is that it has the Japanese holidays in red. So I don't know if you can catch it in the camera, but here I have this yellow code like here. It's supposed to be the same, and it looks orange. I know that it's not a big deal, but it kind of bothers me because, well, I don't know. I wish it would be more international. Maybe they could just keep the number here in red for the Japanese holiday, but leave the whole square blank so that you can just put whatever you want. Now let's go to the weeklies, and I will show you more or less how the weekly started. So this was when I started playing around. I knew that I wanted to do time tracking, time blocking. I think that's the word. And that's how it started. But then I dropped it. I don't know. I did not like it. I did not like how it looked. I thought it was not helping me, and I was also on my moleskin, on the little one, the pocket. So I felt like I was repeating everything. There were things that, I don't know, it just did not make sense to me. And then as you can see, I have blank, and then our holidays started, so I had nothing. And then this is the first week that I started working in the planner, and I started using these pens, these markers that came with the planners. These are the campus ones with little stamps. These are the ones that I'm using for color coding. And yeah, I started to liking it. I have to say that the markers, although they are a little, how do you say, I feel they are very neutral, which I like, but in this case, I don't know, they seem, nothing stands out to me. But I've learned to like it, and I will use them until the ink runs out, because at the moment I don't want to buy stationery. All my budget is going to the shop. So as you can see, I started doing some housework that I had to do per day and just blocking my time. Then here I did not do any more housework just because I know what I have to do every day. So it's not really necessary to write it down. So I was writing little to-do lists or things that I needed to remember. And here I wrote morning routine and Mittagspause, which is lunchtime pretty much, because I already have my routine. So I don't need to write it every day. So I thought this would break up the page, give me some, some blank space for the paper to breathe, and it's not so cluttered. So I'm still using the same format for all the pages. And again, I divide here on this side. It's all my tasks per category, so it's color coded. This is going to be my shop, this is the German, and this is just another project. This was working very well, and it still is. And I think what happened was that I had to go once every 2 weeks back to the city, and that is a 4-hour train travel. And I was not taking my Midori Travelers, my Travelers company cover with my moleskin insert, because it was just too much weight and I still have back problems. This is super light and I can put so much more information here. So I left that Travelers company notebook at home with the moleskin, and I was just using this notebook, and I think that's what helped me, having only one planner that I was actually using, to figure out the best way to use the weeklies, because the information was not repeated in 2 notebooks, which is something that I don't really like. I think it's a waste of time for me. This is a hobby also, but with these projects, the last thing that I want is to have another notebook that has exactly the same, or even less, because it's so small. So that's how I've been using it here. I was back in the mountains when I wrote this. Must have been, I guess, Monday, and my pen exploded. So it gave me these 3 big dots, and the one here I covered because it looked horrible, and it went through the other page that I've covered also. And yeah, so as you can see, it's the same format with the same color coding. And I don't try to make it beautiful at all. This is just functional and it's real. It's what I need. This was last week, I think. No, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And you see, it's not pretty at all. This is going great. It's a lot of coding, as you can see. I know what it means. So it doesn't matter, because anyway, as you can see, I have huge handwriting, which I like because I like to see big. I need my eye to be drawn to something. And yeah, there are a lot of things that are sort of codes for me that I understand. And that's it. This was last week. And this is this week. I have not changed anything, as you can see. I have added my personal things to do with gray, and then some urgent things in red that I have to do. And usually, as you can see, I do not do anything the weekends. I do not work the weekends. I do some cleaning on Saturdays so that I am free the rest of the week. And today I'm very excited because I could film, and later I will clean my house. Not all the house, but some areas cleaning, just because at the moment I'm stuck. But look at all the things that I have to do, but I cannot move forward because I need that paper, the document. But anyway, I am really, really enjoying the planner. Again, this red Japanese holiday I do not appreciate. It bothers me. It's in the middle of the week and it just messes up my color coding because the colors look weird. But you know, it's fine. I mean, I have to deal with it. But I am in love with the planner. I think it's going to be a good companion for the rest of the year. There is a lot of space here, and if you want, you can use this also as a to-do list. I have been using it for a lot of things. Meal planning, notes that I want to remember, you know, things that for instance, for the website, I need everything written down. For instance, the list of the fonts that I'm using, so that I repeat them throughout the website, so I write them here. Or the colors that I'm using, you know, that you have hashtag and whatever the code of that color is, it's here. A lot of things that are just, you know, that I will want to come back and look. I was doing all that on these notes pages, but they are full. So what I have done is I have these little notebooks from Hobonichi. They are super thin. I love them. So I keep one here, and now I use this for notes. I love it because it does not add extra bulk. This is weightless. I mean, it's a great little note-taking aid, I feel, for this planner. I think Kokuyo has their own taking notebooks, but they are thicker and they are meant to be attached to one of the planners, but I don't know which one it is, but I think that would be too bulky. And yes, that's all I have for you today. I have to say that the other notebooks have not been as successful as this Kokuyo Jibun Techo, especially the Hobonichi as a journal, the weeks. It's been a disaster. I have to get hands on that one because all the year will pass and I will not have written one word. So I hope that in March I can update you on that one. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I thank you very much for watching. I thank you very much for commenting. I hope that all your projects are still going, all your resolutions for New Year are still going. If not, well, then just go back to them and start. Every day is a new day. And I will see you next time. Bye.